Boom guys, listen, we're back, and today we're talking about a big mindset thing, okay? Some military lessons incoming, watch out. If you have a seatbelt on your chair, I suggest you put it on. Now, I posted about this in my Telegram the other day, but there's been this cultural shift towards not wanting to put in the groundwork, not wanting to put in hard work. Everyone's so focused on smart work, right? And it's ruining people. It is ruining men these days. It's insane. It's insane. On one end of the spectrum, you have, the lazies, right? The lazy people, we don't want to associate with those people at all, right? The people who you don't really care about anything, right? Weed smokers and all this bullshit, right? If you're smoking weed, get the shit out of here. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing smoking weed, huh? That's for losers. I don't care if you're a Joe Rogan fan. Get that shit out of there. Then on the other hand, end of the spectrum, right? You have people who are driven, right? Maybe. And maybe they have like this matrix mindset of, I'm going to escape the matrix, right? To be honest, both of these people are just on the same side, like same coin, or this different side of a coin, right? How do I say this shit? Anyways, if you're out there and you're resenting hard work and you're demonizing hard work, and you got a lot to learn, let me tell you. I've been working since I was 16, and that's nothing compared to what some of these people are doing, right? People are out there working, labor work at 13, right? And it really has shaped me, like working like for a decade in a job, because I started out as a cashier in a grocery store, all skinny, right? Trying to make up some money, get my life in order, essentially. My mom once complained to me, hey, you should get a job. So I went out there, handed out some applications. First place I went to an application with, only place actually, I didn't go to many places. I got a job, part-time, as a cashier, helped, carry the pallets. The ladies there, the older ladies, they were like, wow, such a young guy, handling the pallets, right? Charming, talk, made a lot of jokes. Funny, good place to be, right? I kind of learned a lot being there, and that was a good learning experience for me. So putting in the groundwork, right? And then as I did that, I quit that and went into the military, where I was, did the conscript. I was a conscript, right, for a year, and then I worked professionally in there. So I was in the military for 6 years, and it is like a job. It's something special, and maybe you've seen people online. It's kind of special because it becomes a lifestyle. But in these days, any job is a lifestyle. Let's be honest, with increasing prices and stuff, you kind of have to, make it a lifestyle in order to actually survive. I mean, for God's sake, everything's so expensive, right? So you have to put in everything into it, right? And it's ruining families and all this stuff. But hey, that's for another conversation. But I've been working since I was a kid, since I was a teenager. And I say this to people that whenever the 9 to 5 conversation comes up about 9 to 5 bad, 9 to 5 this, right? The fact that I had a job from the very beginning, the fact that I made my hands dirty, it has been so crucial to my self-development over like the last decade, like mixing that in with the training and everything, going to work, taking the shit, right? Getting the orders to do this, to do that, right? Stuff you didn't want to do. It has been so, crucial to my self-development. And I say this to you guys, if you're out there and you're resenting your job, or if you're resenting having a job, listen, there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth potential in that. And fortunately for me, I actually liked being a soldier. I really enjoyed it. I miss it. I honestly do. I miss it a lot. It was really good work. I'm not saying it was easy work. Far from it. Quite far from it, right? But there was a certain level of, interest, of course, in what I was doing, but also putting in the work, getting your hands dirty. I swear, some people are so afraid of getting your hands dirty, it's, embarrassing. It's embarrassing. When did picking up a shovel become such a bad thing? When did saying, okay, and just going there and actually doing the work, when you're getting told to do something, become such a bad thing? It's crazy. insane. How we've actually demonized the very essence of what we're supposed to do. I'm not going to try to put you in a box as a man and try and tell you what to do. But a lot of what we built around here, a lot of what's built when you look outside is built by men. Picking up the shovels, shutting the fuck up and getting the work done. Going home to the families, getting the job done. Very simple. And a lot of these people out here that's talking about protecting, providing, they don't dare picking up the shovel. When they see the shovel, they cower. And it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Honestly, it's a disgrace. Because I can tell you, this is something I learned in the military too. The best people are the people willing to go a step further. Willing to go the distance and beyond with you. And if that is especially when you're tired, when you haven't eaten, when you haven't drank that much water, and there's someone in that group, whether it's you, whether it's someone else, that picks up the log and starts walking extra. That asks you, how are you doing? Hey, have some of my water. Hey, who does the sacrifice? That's the people that you go like, wow, what is this? When you know what's funny? When in the military, and you think back and you're sitting there talking about the stories and what about this and what about that, right? Because that's what you do, right? You create all these stories. It's beautiful. I love this stuff. You know what pops up? It's not just about what happened, of course, because something, maybe a selection or something sucked, right? You know what pops up sometimes? A lot of times. People who went further than they were supposed to. I'll say it like this. People who went further than they had to. People who picked up the extra rock when we were building a meaningless rock tower in the middle of nowhere. People who picked up the oar when we were rowing. People who were the first so you could start inflating the boats. People who picked up the logs. Those are the people who are remembered. And they have a certain aura around them during the fucking thing you're going through and also after. They're remembered. This is the guy. He did the hard work. He did the groundwork. He picked up the shovel. And it's such a huge military lesson because it really, in the military, what it does, it breaks everything down to really bare level, and you get a really primitive view of everything. So you can look at this in the scope of life, right? Because I want to relate this to you. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit here and pose as some, one of these, I think a lot of people think that I might be some old military type dude. I'm not, okay? I want to relate this to you in real life, and I don't want to sit here with some beard and Black Rifle coffee t-shirt and talk about some farmers down in da-da-da-da-da, right? It doesn't really help you, so I'm here to help you, and I'm going to tell you that the people you want around in your life are the people who are willing to pick up the shovel. The people who are willing to go the distance with you. The ones who go the extra mile, they get the extra reward. And it shows. It shows. Because what this mentality of demonizing hard work, you know what it does? It eliminates one of the most key components to all of this, which is character. Everyone likes to talk about smart work. You don't know what smart work is unless you know what hard work is. And I'll get to that in a second. But what I'll say about this is that hard work is where you build character. That's where your character is built. There's a lot of people out there who might have been doing a lot of work, who might be doing this, right? This is funny. Everyone likes to talk about outsourcing and ROI, return on investment for your time and all that. Yeah, you should make your bed, get your maid to do it, right? You know what that does? It eliminates one of the most important things that you get from doing some of that, which is character. You build character. Through doing stuff that might seem meaningless, you build so much character. And that radiates off you. That's one of the reasons why when people talk to me, they're like, Rico, what is this? You have something with you. I swear to God, people tell me this. And I'm not want to sit here and boast like I'm some supreme individuals. But one of the reasons why people come to me and say that, Nico, you're inspiring the hell out of me. The way you hold yourself to the standard you have, the way you don't take the bullshit that comes up, it's inspiring the hell out of me, man. I appreciate you. I had someone say that to me yesterday actually. And the reason for that, it's not because I, try to outsource everything, that I try to demonize hard work, that I try to be so smart about everything I do. It's because I'm willing, and just as you should, to put your hand in the dirt, to dig through it, to walk the extra mile with people, to fill up your own water bottles, and to fill up other people's water bottles, to help them. And that's not done through outsourcing anything. That's not done through trying to be smart about it. It's done through one thing. And that is, that is actually, it's funny. I was going to finish my point there, but I want to say, a lot of the character you'll find being built is built through absolutely meaningless tasks. And I say this too, if you can do meaningless work well, the work that actually is meaningful to you, you'll do that quite well. Let me tell you. In the military, building a stone, like a collection of stones, right? And then being told to go and put it somewhere else. If you can do that well, how can you not do something well that you're actually curious about, that you actually have some passion for? It's impossible. And so when you're looking at your bed every single morning and you think, yeah, making this is meaningless, let me tell you, it absolutely is. But you know why it isn't meaningless after all? It might seem meaningless right there and then, but you do it 100 times. You do it 100 days in a row, you know what you build? Something that money can't buy. Character, right? You build discipline. Now stuff like this is getting lost out here. Everyone just wants the quick win. Boom, right? Maybe don't want the cash in the bank. You can't buy this stuff. You can't buy integrity. You can't buy high standards. It's built through work, the groundwork, the tools, the foundations, everything like that. A lot of people skip these steps. Don't do that. Because it shows. It shows in your character. It shows the way you show up for other people. It radiates off you. And people, once you start doing this stuff, people will be like, hey man, you've changed. This is amazing. You're inspiring me. I don't know what it's about you, but man, thank you. I appreciate you. That's what you get. Now, try buying that with any type of money. Try outsourcing that type of stuff. You won't. You won't be able to. It doesn't exist. All right? It's a shame. It's a pity, really. But I'm I'm out here trying to send a voice, trying to be a voice for good here. I'm trying to help you guys out. Because I swear to God, if you guys put in this type of work, if you're willing to go the extra mile, if you're willing to to get your hands dirty on this, picking up the shovel, digging through the mud, picking up the log when it's needed. When no one wants to do it, when you're the one who goes out there and do it, that tells a lot about you. And it builds a lot of character. I swear. One of the, a lot of people, we know in the military, right? There's this dude. I remember him. He always had these genius plans. This was during my special forces training, actually. And I'll always remember, of course, you're around certain people for a long time, and I'll always remember these people, very good people. And I want to say, if some of you guys are watching this, then I really appreciate you. You taught me a lot, and yeah. So this dude, right, he would always come up with these genius ideas. And just the fact that he went the extra mile for his craft, every single time we did something, he was like on top, and he was like, you don't have to be the best about this. You just have to do the work that no one else wants to do. And it doesn't have to be very, very difficult. It can be really, really simple. And I'll tell you what, small things do go a long way for a lot of people. So being there to pick up a couch instead of, for example, yeah, this is a pretty good example for you. If you actually go to a place instead of trying to fix it by hiring some company for them, but you say, hey, I'm going to show up and I'm going to, move the couch for you. Watch me. Hey, you know what they're going to think? They're going to think, hey, this is a solid dude. That's what people are going to think. And that's what you become, when you decide to actually go through with this stuff. And, I don't want to repeat myself here too much, but there is a lot of lessons to be learned in picking up the shovel, in performing meaningless tasks. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. Everything has a price, and not everything can be bought with money, right? Think about that. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate you tuning into these videos. And good luck on your journeys out there. Okay? Take care, and God bless.